like, it's the same thing that we talk about with Andrew Tate. It's the same thing we talk about with respect to misogyny in general. It is a societal conditioning problem for the most part. Okay. But as far as the response goes, like, this is not good at all. It was really bad. It was so fucking bad. It was like, I don't know Kai that well, but everything I've seen of him, everything I've seen him do, I think that he is he doesn't strike me as the type of person who's a bad person, but that, like, everything he said thus far in that conversation was definitely slanted firmly in the middle in a situation like this, when there's a perpetrator that is, like, literally a perpetrator that is literally at fault. And not only is he at fault according to the witness, but, like, straight up the witness went and got a rape kit. Like, if your point, everyone has a right to talk about their level of involvement in a situation, and Kai being a third party, right? Kai being a third party person in this circumstance, he has a right to certainly clear his perspective, but that's a secondary. That is a completely secondary consideration. The primary consideration is always going to be about addressing what the victim has said and offering as a rapist. And he told me that I was in his bed, and that's why he did what he did. I was in shock. I called, texted my friend, Kai, who invited, but I got no answer. And I was told by the rapist that he left, which I found out later to be a lie. He told me we can just keep it a secret and pretend nothing happened, but I was already traumatized by then. I asked him if he at least used protection, which he then showed me a dirty condom and said, yes, a skins condom. Now I have the medication for a month to make sure I don't catch any STDs. As you all know, condoms only protect you from unwanted pregnancies and not STDs. I spent all day crying and processing what happened to me instead of enjoying my vacation in New York. At nighttime, I had dinner reservations, but I went to the emergency room instead, as I was still in pain from what had happened to me. I described what the person looked like to my friend who had invited me, and he said he didn't know the person. However, after digging for a day and a half, I found the person's Instagram and that they had been friends for years. That's your homie for real, bro. That's why you ain't help me. That's why you ain't go up. You knew what he was doing. So, because Kai did not respond to her, she had to filter this information, find it herself. And then, of course, as the victim in this circumstance says, when you find out that, like, this is your friend, okay? When you find out that, like, this is a person that you thought you were friends with is not giving you this information when something horrible has happened to you, and then you turn around and say that's your homie. I mean, you turn around and find photos. There's a video of the full combo as well. I saw the video. Okay. Said, yo, what the fuck? I'm literally getting info as we speak. Are you fucking crazy? I knew what was going on, ? I described what the person looked like to my friend who had invited me, and he said he didn't know the person. However, after digging for a day and a half, I found the person's Instagram and that they had been friends for years. Now, up to this level, Kai might not have known what had happened or that his friend had, sexually assaulted someone. He might not have thought, okay, all things considered, he might not have thought that his friend was capable of such a thing, okay? I know everyone is going to immediately jump down my throat and say, hey, shut the fuck up, you're wrong. They always know, okay? But at this point, once it's established that it is your friend, his response is supposed to not be like, oh, I knew what was going on. I mean, I guess, like, he immediately went to like defend himself. Okay. We'll look at the entire text in a second. Okay. It's been 5 days since the incident, and I haven't been able to eat or sleep properly. I haven't been able to socialize or go to work. This is all I think about 24/7. I'm not looking for attention. All I want is the justice I deserve. I want to stop him from hurting anyone else. Okay. There were more there were more there were more details, I believe, on her Instagram. Okay. Weren't there more posts on her Instagram or something? Like there were other tweets, I think. I want to see the entire phone conversation because she posted all of it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, here, yeah, I saw this. Okay. Okay, what you find out, she's asking Kai on Sunday, what day is Sunday at that point? Sunday would be the 1st. So it's New Year's, it's the first day of the new year. They're having this conversation at Sunday at 4 p.m. So she has like informed, I guess, at this point, Kai of what has happened, and she's looking for who did it. Okay? So Sunday, it's the 1st. Kai says, "You good?" She says, "Not really. I want to know who it was." So implying that there was a previous conversation that took place where she informed Kai. She informed Kai that she had been sexually assaulted. She'd been raped. "Can you send me the Instagram of the guy who checked up on me, please?" No response from Kai. A couple hours later, 3 hours later, she sends question marks and says, this shit is serious. I'm not trying to be annoying or anything, but I'm legit traumatized. I don't care if it's one of your friends and you don't want to throw them under the bus. Doesn't matter to me. He did what he did and he has to pay for that. Kai responds, "Hell no, not one of my friends. I'm still looking into it." She says, "Okay." And by the way, this is like the reason why she came out to social media in this way. This is her statement, is because she felt like Kai was working to protect his friend instead of her, and she had like falsely assumed that she was friends with Kai. That's her assessment. So she says, "That's him." Sends him a photo of a photographer from the night of. This is Monday. Found him in this picture. So she took an entire day. She took an entire day after Sunday all the way into Monday where Kai's not responding. She says, "Going to be at the hospital all night, so just hit me up whenever you're ready to respond because I'll be up." Monday morning, Kai texts back, says, "I'm just waking up. Are you good? Doing a rape kit at the hospital. Can you please help me identify this guy that I sent you a pic of? Because it's him. Please don't tell him anything. Like, don't tell him I'm at the hospital or anything. I don't want him to have time to make up a story or be on alert in case they need to investigate. It's better he does not know." This photo of him, Kai replies, "It's him." She says, "Yes, that's the guy. Who is that?" Kai doesn't reply fast enough. She says, "Okay, whatever, Kai." Kai says, "I'm in a meeting currently. I'm trying to find out now. Hold on." She says, "No, it's dead ass him." So at this point, it's understandable that, like, especially if she's like figured out, especially if she's like, she just feels like he's not giving anything back to her. You know what I mean? So at that point, she starts notice that she starts like she implies it here originally, but then she starts basically saying like, "It seems like you're trying to protect your friend," but partially because you know, she's putting this information forward and he's not responding. "I found it, and yes, it's him. I'm not slow, and I remember. Me and you have lots of mutuals, and they can all vouch for me. I'm not a liar. This type of shit don't ever happen to me. Is that the guy you sent to check in on me?" "No. The guy I sent to check on you checked up on you and left. I literally seen it with my eyes. You opened the door halfway, asked if he was good, then came downstairs." "Okay, well, that guy went in after." Kai says, "I'm in the same boat as you. I don't know everyone at the party, so you have to bear with me." She said, "You're not in the same boat as me. I just had to take mad medication to make sure he ain't give me no STDs. A man who I don't even know and don't find attractive in the slightest. I've been digging through all your friends' pictures to look for this man. It's taken me an entire day and a half. I had plans in New York for the weekend, and I had to stop to do this. You could have made the process a whole lot easier, but you didn't help me. That's your friend, and I know I'm not. So you can defend a rapist. I'll handle this. What the fuck are you talking about? Is what Kai says. She says, I'm so mad right now. You don't even understand. This is sick. I didn't deserve this. I did nothing to you guys. Ain't nobody defending shit. I just told you I'm about to find everything out, and that's what I've been doing. Like, she says, like, why me? Why are you saying you guys? See, I don't like that you including me into something that I'm trying to figure out. Don't start doing that. What the fuck? She sends a photo of Kai and the perpetrator together and says, that's your homie for real, bro. That's why you ain't helped me. That's why you ain't go up. You knew what he was doing. Kai says, yo, what the fuck? I'm literally getting info as we speak. Are you fucking crazy? I knew what was going on. Jovi, I don't like that at all. All jokes aside, that not cool. That's fucked up. She says, lol, I'm the crazy one. The victim in the whole situation. Okay. Kai says, you just sent me pics of the person, and now I'm about to get both sides. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know who to look for, and now you pulled up pics. If you want me to help you, you can't do shit like this. What the fuck? So at that point, he just like, it seems like he just either as a consequence of like wanting to, again, defend his friend, or because he feels like he is now being pulled into this, decides to go into full-blown defense mode, which is, again, not good. Okay? It's not good because that's not how you deal with a victim. It's not good because that's not, even from a fucking optics point of view, that is not a good thing to do. Because now, when you respond this way in this incredibly defensive capacity and say, I'm about to get both sides, that makes it seem as though, you're in defense of the perpetrator. Okay? No matter what, which it feels like he is. I'm not on some cool shit right now. Like, do you not understand what just happened to me? I'm literally traumatized, and you're showing absolutely no sympathy. And she's right. He wasn't. I have every right to feel and react the way I'm reacting. Like, I'm going to give you details so you know how serious it is. Your friend raped me in my ass too. Fuck. In my ass too, so I've been bleeding ever since. Do you understand how embarrassing and how dirty I feel? And you know what I said. You know what he said when I asked him why he did what he did? He said because I was in his bed. That's the reason why he raped me, because I was asleep in his fucking bed. That's his stupid ass excuse. I don't sleep around, and to be honest, if I wanted to have sex, I would have slept with you or some shit. I don't know who this man is. This is a complete stranger to me. Since I don't think you understand that I was raped, this is not something that was consented. I didn't want him. I never flirted. Wait, hold on. This last part is like hard to read, but I read it this morning. Hold on. What the fuck? Oh, fucking Twitter video is so bad. I had to like literally play it and pause it. This is not something I was consented, didn't want him, never flirted, didn't do shit to deserve this but sleep. That's all I did. I gave you a description right away and asked you to help me. Then I sent a picture from the party that the photographer took, and you just kept on ignoring me. You know he fit the description. Like, come on. You could have really helped me, and you let me do this shit all on my own. His legal team told him not to talk to her, guaranteed. Yeah, I believe that. I do. But also, like, I don't know. We'll see. Did Kai send her to that room specifically? What the fuck? So, I bet Kai's really incompetent with this whole thing. She did everything people want victims to do, and she still gets so much shit. It's so sad. Yeah, no, literally. She did so much more. The expectation for victims in this circumstance is so fucking high. It's such a high bar to clear for people to be like, okay, maybe I'll believe the victim. And no matter what happens, people still don't do it. Okay? From what I understand, She says, I'm sorry to Kai, but I'm not the one who created this mess. I'm sorry to have accused him over text of knowing what happened to me, since that's just an assumption on my part. Even though I've been shown absolutely no sympathy from his side, I sympathize with him. However, I will never defend a rapist. I don't care if they're my family. I mean, look at this, dude. Even in this situation, when you can see, like, for legal reasons or not, she's done everything. She's done everything correctly. And I mean, when a situation is like this open and shut, when a situation has like this, I don't know. I mean, she went and got a rape kit. Like, she went and she got a rape kit. Went to the hospital. She had injuries. She went and she got a fucking rape kit. Like, that's not even a requirement, okay? But like, people have a really high bar. This is a serious accusation, okay? And a lot of people's expectation is even infinitely higher than the accusation itself with respect to like clearing it, mostly because people just don't want to immediately believe victims in any meaningful circumstance. But at this point, getting a rape kit ain't no fucking walk in the park. It's re-traumatizing if you know what goes on for those tests. Yeah. A rape kit is what you go and get at the hospital after you've been sexually assaulted, raped. They like literally fucking swab the insides of your vagina. It's also like a traumatizing. It's also a traumatizing experience in and of itself, according to victims that go through. It's like literally physical evidence that someone has raped you. It's like re-entering the same process. Has the capacity to also, like, you know, basically get, you know, has the capacity to reignite those feelings that you had, those traumatizing feelings. It is like, it feels like you're being violated. They take photos, they swab all over your vagina, they look at your cervix, like they look at everything. And also, one of the most fucked up parts about it is that there are thousands of fucking rape kits that never even get looked at in this country, for the record. There is a massive rape kit backlog. Yes, they examine for tears and signs of forced entry. Yeah, over 100,000 rape kits are in a backlog and have never been examined, never been looked at. So, in a situation like this, let's say Kai is conducting an investigation on his own side. I think You Good is the first time Kai was like seemingly sympathetic to the victim. And judging by these text message conversations, it just seems like it just goes away after he figures out, after she openly states who the person is and starts saying, you know, this person and you're defending him. Because I get where she's coming from. It comes across like he is, at the very least, like, it doesn't matter if his intentions were not to defend him or not. From her side, from her perspective, it's totally valid and understandable for her to think that, they're friends, and that's the reason why he's not revealing this information to her. Like, this is where she sends him the photo. You know what I mean? And he says it's him, implying that, like, I assume he knows, right? Like, he recognizes who this person is. Some additional info on our IG stories. The last story shows a text from someone else at the party calling Kai and his friends horny predators. For everyone asking me why I didn't do a rape kit, I did. Now leave me alone. I'm not trying to place blame on anyone other than the perpetrator, who's Dijui uh, Jigui Sak. However, I told my story as it happened, and I didn't want to leave any parts out. I don't believe Kai is to blame. However, he was involved. Whether you agree or not is just fact. He is the only person I knew at this party, and he's the only one who told me to go upstairs where everything occurred. I don't need Kai for attention, as I get enough of it on my own. And this wouldn't be the way I would try to get it. I wish him the best, but I will not be silenced. I will not choose to exclude him out of my story for his protection. I'm choosing to protect myself this time and say what happened exactly as it did. And then those are the text messages. I'm not suing anyone. Everyone can keep their money. I just want the rapist in jail. I don't want his clout. I could care less after this gets handled. I'm deactivating my account. Oh, shit. I don't want to show this. Blood from the day of. I was not on my period. This is from the brutal force. Hours later, I was still bleeding. Holy fuck, bro. She literally posted a photo of like bloody tissues. Like, you don't need to do... Bro, that is an insane amount of fucking proof that people are demanding. Especially at a certain point, you got to realize, like, these people don't care about the proof, no matter what you say. They are reacting to shapes and colors and their preconceived notions of how society works with respect to, like, how women are, okay? No matter how wrong they are, is what is motivating them to not believe someone. But it's insane. I feel like there's going to come a point where, like, you're going to be like, this is the social security number of the person. Here's video footage of the fact that, like, I was raped. And motherfuckers still are going to be like, nah, that's fake. I went to the doctor January 1st at nighttime. I was discharged the next day. Posted my ID in case y'all want to say that's not my name. I don't really care what negative things people have to say about me, but I know what happened to me, so I will have evidence to prove it, so I will. Sexual assault is an unwanted sexual activity, penetration, incest, human sex trafficking, sexual harassment. They're saying, oh, sorry, this is just patient discharge instructions. More almighty, bro, shut up. You a hoe, clear cut. Even if what you say is true, how are you that drunk? It's not like liquor make R worded like the fuck. You say you not this person, but you got super drunk when you arrive. Seems like you've been there before. You a hoe, a smut, an attention seeker, and you just whack, bitch. No man will ever take you serious in life. You're gonna die alone. This is not about the rape. This is just about you post prerogative pictures as if it's a porn site, then try to play innocent for the world like you don't get trained on the regular. What happened? The money wasn't enough that day. Clout chasing bitch. Bro, there are so many subhuman fucking I mean, this dude needs to go to jail, honestly. Jesus fucking Christ. This is why people don't speak up. Damn, girl, I remember seeing you the whole night. I hope you get your justice you deserve. I've been around Kai and his friends for months, and they are horny predators who can't take no for an answer, so I 110% believe you. Be strong. Do you mind if I post this? I can block out your name if you prefer. Thank you for reaching. Of course you can. What breaks in someone's mind to put that shit in writing and hit send? Dude, I mean, I think a lot of you have not interacted with like truly deranged psychopaths like this on the internet, and that's a good thing for you. Like, I'm happy that you haven't. Okay. But given all of these details, given all this information, for Kai to be like, there's both sides of this story, and I'm waiting for all the information just like you are, is still kind of like, because like the implication there is what? That like your friend is not capable of it, right? Let's say, right? Your friend is not capable of rape. Sure, let's say I'm going to be as charitable as possible to Kai in this circumstance. Even if you believe that your friend is not capable of rape because you've known him for a very long time or whatever, okay? How are you going to fucking so what do you think happened there? Like that she literally, and I'm playing devil's advocate, so shut the fuck up. I'm not like defending anybody here. What do you think happened? That like she literally faked it, she wanted it, and then went and got a rape kit? Like, that's crazy. For Kai to come out of this, if you are a Kai fan, do you believe her? Yes, I believe her. What Kai should have done on his broadcast was basically go live and say, look, yes, I believe her. I don't think she like opened up a stab wound to post a fucking photo of her bleeding. For what the way that he should have responded to this is on New Year's Eve, I invited a bunch of people to this party, and one of my friends that I invited, Jovi Pena, was sexually assaulted, raped by another person who I know, another person who I've grown up with. I immediately went to the authorities, okay, when I found out, if that is the truth. And given the circumstances at hand and how high profile and the severity of the crime this was, I also consulted my legal team. My legal team told me to not talk to the victim, which was wrong of me to not do so. This might have caused some confusion between me and the victim, who is the most important part of the story. It was wrong of me not to immediately give as many details as possible to the victim, who I care deeply about, who I'm very sorry that something awful and tragic happened to her. For the time being, I will no longer talk about this matter. This is a criminal investigation, and I hope that, the responsible party is met with justice. Maybe some brief takes on, rape kit backlogs and how traumatic it is. And that's it. That's what you should have done. You should have just wrote that out ahead of time. Sure, there's got to be someone in the PR team, someone in the legal team that tells you the correct things to say. That is the correct response. Maybe even apologize to your fans and say, I'm sorry to all of you. I feel as though I have failed you. But more importantly than what I've done in this circumstance, I feel like I failed the victim, and that was wrong of me. It was because I was scared. But my fear in that circumstance is nothing like the trauma that Jovi withstood on the night of New Year's Eve. That's it. No mention of like other shit. I know he was trying to talk about how he was taking this incredibly seriously, okay? By bringing up his subathon. Okay? No mention of the both sides of the situation. Okay? None of that. That's crazy. No mention of his empire crumbling, even though I do understand why a young black kid would feel so happy in a moment only to have it feel like it's being taken away from him. Okay? I get it. But ultimately, when you're a media personality, okay, this is very different. You recognize that you have a lot to lose. Question mark black? What do you mean? Yes. It matters. Phase K song. People farming content over the situation is fucking disgusting. This is a song guy needs to get a fucking life, and whoever else thinks they're a detective. No one knows what happened, including Kai, so wait till the facts are about turning your back on and whack people. I'm not. I'm assessing what is going on adequately. I'm not turning my back on anybody. If anything, I'm saying here's what is the right way to deal with a situation like this. But ultimately, this is just like any other circumstance. By the way, leave it up to fucking Face Clan with another incredible take. This shit happens to Misgif, I talk about it. This shit happens in other industries, I talk about it. This isn't about farming drama. These are people's real lives that we're talking about. But more importantly than that, I mean, this is like what I say. You're just saying the facts. That's it. You're barely even giving interpretation or opinion. It's just what the facts are. Exactly. How many times have I talked positively about Kai Cenat from the jump? I was very happy to see him succeeding. Very happy to see him thrive. I like a lot of the AMP boys. I think they're funny. I think they're great. I think they're entertaining. It's not like this is something that is exciting. Okay? Christ. You're right. Kai's a 21-year-old, though, would have been so shocked by all this, too, and probably not mentally equipped to react in the way that one should. Yeah, but, like, he's a media person. Don't want to accuse someone without info, but also don't want to rule things out. It's possible that he was aware that someone was going up, even if it was just try to hook up. Maybe the part of the investigation due to the way delayed reaction. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say that, like, Kai Cenat is directly involved in this circumstance. I never said any of those things. I didn't speculate on it whatsoever. I'm just simply stating that he did not handle it. He did not handle the situation, nor his immediate reaction was good, because it did not deal with the severity while taking care of. Chad is saying 21 is an adult now, making note of that. I mean, come on, Nice Bathroom. You know what's going on. But then again, this chat is also hypersensitive, and they say 21 is adult whenever any 21-year-old fucks up, and not just because Kai is black. This was a part that I didn't see in the text message that she released, but he told me you left and my dumbass believed him. We're going to handle everything. Don't jumpstart calls. I'm not. I just want to know who the fuck took advantage of me. Like how, wait, is this on her Instagram? I want to see this. I want to see these text messages. Oh, there's not. Is there more photos? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing. I was invited by Kai Cenat. We saw this. I read all this. Oh, but he said, but he told me you left his and my dumbass believed him. It's him. Yes, that's the guy. Yeah. Like I said, I think that she just posted another statement on IG 2 minutes ago. What, on her story? Because it's not showing up. Maybe it's on her story. Saw that. The blood, the responses. Oh, here. One, grateful that they are finally cooperating with law enforcement as well, as I filed a report and I did everything I needed to do within 24 hours and had no way of being able to get a hold of the rapist to investigate and prosecute him any further. Grateful that now, after I posted on social media, it's being handled. Via previous conversations I already posted with Kai, I was never told that they knew who was involved, even though I kept asking as to tell investigators and get the justice I needed. This is why social media is so helpful in my shoes, as I don't have a fan base to protect and defend. Now that everything is public, things are being done to help me get justice. You guys have heard my story, too. You guys have heard my story and everything. I've been 100% transparent, even answering questions to people who are constantly blaming me because I understand that people are skeptical. However, I have nothing to hide. Like, dude, this is something I see a lot lately. I think more so than before. In the aftermath of the Me Too movement, I know that like the point everyone misconstrued believe women and we're like, oh, believe women means like women never have the capability of lying. You're a fucking idiot. Like, no, that was never the case. No one ever fucking said that. Believe women just means don't reflexively disbelieve women. Okay? But also on like I've never seen so many people that come out with rape accusations have receipts that are so fucking long with like an understanding and empathy for people that literally are disbelieving them when they have at least the courage to describe the most traumatic moment that they've lived. It's crazy. And this is not the one time. Like this is they're not combative. They're understanding. Like a lot of the latest couple of instances of this sort of thing that we've looked at least on this fucking broadcast, has shown so many people behaving like the perfect victim. Like the expectation that society places upon women that come out about sexual assault is that they have to be the perfect victim. Okay? They have to be. And even when they are, motherfuckers still are like, no, you're a bitch. You're a whore. Fuck you. It's crazy. Not only is she behaving this way, but also on top of that, like she still reserves empathy for other parties that may or may not be involved. She even owned up and said, I'm feel bad that I, involved Kai in the way that I did. I don't know if he was like truly involved in the matter or not. I understand why he was defensive. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's actually wild, and yet people still are like, nope, not going to be charitable here. Kai sent her a picture of a used condom to show the dude used protection. Think about the steps that led him up to doing that. Wait, no, that didn't happen. What the fuck are you talking about? No, she asked if the dude, what? Why is it that people behave like this? No, Kai never did that. No. How does this happen where people just so quickly make shit up about a situation? No, the dude who did it was like, oh yeah, I used a condom, and like showed her a dirty condom that he had used. But it's not, how can this be telephone if I'm on the motherfucking phone, man? People are like, oh, people are just playing a game of telephone. It's like, no, you're on the phone with me. This isn't telephone where like I said something and then someone heard. We are just now looking at all of the events that took place. No, it just means you can't hear, okay? That's what that fucking means, I think. Yeah. Jovi said that the assaulter showed her a condom, Dirty Skins one, so she had to get an antivirals and bacterials to combat possible STDs. Yes.